Although I'm happy that Snowden is being vindicated in New York Times articles and people are suggesting the notion of absolving is becoming more mainstream, I find it disappointing this doesn't bring more attention to the plight of Chelsea Manning. Why don't we see the New York Times re-examine that case? Does the military system of justice complicate her chances of early release? Yes, I would imagine. Much more so, yes. And, I mean, I don't know that they're analogous, but I think there should be a similar re-examining. And I imagine, Snowden's just the one that is still sort of in contention. And sadly, Chelsea Manning's case is just not it doesn't have the same. But I think your sentiment is correct.
Also, they're able to use the method of how they disseminated this information. Whereas Snowden went directly to people who are perceived as actual journalists, and Chelsea Manning went to WikiLeaks, who they've been able to really paint as some sort of evil entity that's not journalists, and they had a agenda on their hand.
I mean, I think just analyzing it purely from a media perspective, Snowden's revelations are actually causing politicians to move and take positions on this in a way that Manning's revelations did not. I mean, I think arguably maybe the video had greater implications, and there are, in some respects, there were more stories that came out of the Manning revelations, but Snowden's revelations have actually committees are being formed. I mean, I think there are actually going to be NSA reforms because of it, which is not to say that qualitatively what Manning did was any less important, but I'm just trying to explain why we're hearing more about it.
Well, it's also, but even with that though, it's how it was being reported. I mean, when you have with Snowden, you're having these journalists being attacked by people, and the journalists are coming out, and they're really supportive of Snowden and what he did. And I feel like you didn't see that same thing with Manning because it wasn't their work on the line there.
Yeah, perhaps.